Hey guys, I just thought I'd give you an update and let you know that I'm feeling much, much better. I'm currently not experiencing the heart problems that I was, and I don't know what changed, but I'm thankful for it. Uh, it might have been all your guys' prayers. To tell you the truth, what happened is I was really tired, pretty exhausted, and I laid down in my bedroom on my bed just right on top of the bed. It's made. I just laid down dressed and I fell asleep on my back. And I rarely ever fall asleep on my back. And I was asleep probably only for an hour and 15 minutes. And when I woke up, everything was gone. No weird heart rate, no difficulty in breathing, dizziness, feeling like I'm going to pass out or anything. Completely went away. Just falling asleep for an hour and 15 minutes. Um, I do believe in the power of prayer, and I also believe in the supernatural. And believe me, you guys, I have very, very good reason for that. Now, for those of you that have followed me for several years, you've heard a lot of my stories that I've talked about that are all true. And it's because of the things that I've experienced that I am convinced without a shadow of a doubt that there's a higher force at work. And sometimes it shows me things. So many things happen that I can't explain. You know, if you guys remember the time I went trout fishing, and there was a very old man sitting on a 5 gallon bucket upside down on the bank that stopped me as I walked by, and he asked me for one fish hook. I had a lot of fish hooks. So I said, sure. And I pulled some out of my fishing vest and I gave him several. And he says, no, no, I just need one. And I says, I have many. Go ahead and take these. And he held out his weathered hand. This man, I swear on my life, looked all to be 100 years old. Way too old to be fishing by himself on a deep stream. I put the hooks in his hand and I walked around a large, like briar bush. And this bush only separated this man and myself by like 8 feet, 6 to 8 feet, no more. And I cast in on the other side of this briar bush from this old man. And that's when I realized the current was coming my way, and that if he was to throw in his bait after I gave him a hook, would probably get tangled up with one another. So I reeled back in and I walked back around the briar bush towards the old man to walk upstream from him. And he was gone. Gone. I walked around that bush and I cast in, and I was only there for 30 seconds, 40 seconds at the max. Never saw or heard the man get up and leave. And being as old as he was, with a bucket with a bale on it, a metal bale handle, I would have heard him leave. He had other items on the ground around him. And he completely vanished. And it's things like that throughout my life. I've had a lot of unexplained things, from having an angel visit me in the hospital to having a ghost come into my bedroom years ago, seeing my deceased grandmother at the foot of my bed. But there's another story. I don't know if I ever told you guys this. And I apologize if I did, because I can't remember if I told you this one. But a few years back, I had a vision of a room. And this room had very pale pastel colors in it. with very heavy curtains, long, heavy curtains. And this room had windows that went from the ceiling all the way down to just about 4 feet from the floor. So just a little bit over waist height on me. And these windows, looking through them, went out, and there was a hallway out there. So it was a room that had glass, large windows with heavy curtains pushed aside. And I could see out into a hallway where there was a bunch of other rooms with big glass windows and curtains on the inside of those rooms. And I realized it was a hospital. And because the way the rooms were designed and set up, I knew it was ICU. And only a few months after I saw this room, I suffered a collapsed lung and was taken to the hospital. And when they discovered I had a collapsed lung, they transferred me from the hospital that I went to by ambulance in New York and was taken out to Erie, Pennsylvania to St. Vincent's Hospital, where they immediately admitted me right into ICU. And once I got up to my room and transferred over from the stretcher of the ambulance that transferred me onto my ICU bed, where a bunch of medical staff was waiting for me because all the information was forwarded to them. They knew I was coming. They started to get all my information from me. And as I looked down towards the foot of my bed, towards the door of the room with the window and the curtains, I realized I was in the very room I saw. True story. I saw my ICU room before I actually went to this ICU room. And throughout my life, I've had so many things that have been unexplained through visions, through things showing up in person, to things appearing on the floor that were never supposed to be in my house and were gone, and yet it came back to me. All kinds of things. All kinds of things. And this is why I believe and know that there's more to this world than we will ever understand. And then having a near-death experience in 2014, where I died and was brought back, just confirmed that we go on after we die. Life does not end when our body dies. I saw the other side. I know there will be people that don't believe me, and that's fine. But I'm telling you the truth. And this is why I have always known that things, no matter what happens, things are going to be okay. Things are going to be just fine. Because there are things that look out for us. There are things that make things happen. And whether you believe it or not, there are times where something will intervene in your life, something will save your life, something will help you in your life, something will protect you, watch over you. And I believe those are angels. Why I'm showing the things that I'm showing in advance before they come to pass, I don't know. I can't explain that. I can't give you an honest answer on that. It's like something's just giving me a heads up. But I see it in HD clarity before it happens. But I did see my hospital room in ICU months before I went there. I've gotten to where I know exactly what's going on when it occurs, and I don't question it anymore because I've had it happen too much. But that's a true story. And it's something that just continues in my life. So I never know what's next because it just keeps happening. So I just thought I'd share that story with you. But I do see things before they happen. And when I see things, I know what to watch for because it's very detail oriented with color, shape, sizes, places. I've learned to be very aware of it. And I can lay all my money on it that it'll happen. So just know that we are all looked after. Just like the video I made where God takes care of all his creation, we are his creation, and he does look after all of us. That's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.